Good morning, students. I'm sure you have attempted Karnataka and TSC 2021 exam yesterday, and I'm sure that you all have done it well. Today, let us find out solutions for the questions that you have attempted yesterday. Okay, so what is the first question? First question is like the luggage porters place a round piece of cloth on their head when they have to carry heavy loads. The area of contact between the load and head is so you have to answer whether the contact between the load and the head increases and what happens to the pressure over there. So the first option says the contact between the load and the head decreases. Is it correct? And if the pressure reduces or it increases, that is what is the question here. So first of all, what is the concept applied in this is you have to understand what is pressure. Usually pressure is given as pressure is equal to force or thrust divided by the area. Right, so why does it matter? Why should it matter is, let's say there is a person who is carrying load on his head. These are his hands. Definitely I can't draw the whole person. Okay. Now let's say he is carrying some load over here. Okay. Now what actually happens is the area of his head and the area of the luggage which is in contact will be very less, right? So what if area is very less, what happens to the pressure? Pressure will increase. So in the denominator, if something is increasing, the quantity in the denominator increases, then the other side decreases, right? So pressure is inversely proportional to area. So if this area is decreasing, pressure has to increase, which is not desirable for a person who is carrying heavy load, right? So the increasing or decreasing thrust is not an option, right? Because the weight of the load is constant, you can't change that, you have to anyway carry that. So the other thing you can do is increase the area instead. So if you increase the area, what happens? The load which is over here, the pressure is divided into this whole area. So not only this part of his head will feel the pressure, it will be divided into many in a larger area. So that is why pressure is equal to thrust by area. So from this we know that the area has to increase and the pressure has to decrease. It has to reduce the pressure, right? So B option is the right one. So this is the answer for the first question. Next, the second question is a boy covers a distance of 260 meter in 20 seconds, and in the second round he covers a distance of 300 meter in 20 seconds. You have to calculate the average speed of the boy. So how should we follow this? Like, how should we solve this? You should know the formula for average velocity. What is average velocity? It is the total distance traveled divided by the total time taken, right? Wherever you see the word average, it's most of the times it is like total divided by total or something like that. Okay, so what is the total distance covered over here? x1, let's say, plus x2 divided by t1 plus t2. Okay, now what is given over here? x1 is given, which is 260 meters, and t1 is given, which is 20 seconds. x2 is given, which is 300 meter, and t2 second time is given, which is also 20 seconds. Okay, now the only thing left out is to substitute that in the formula. So V average will be equal to 260 plus 300 divided by 20 plus 20. So this gives me 560 divided by 40. So which is nothing but 14 meter per second. So which is the right option? 14 meter per second. The first option is right over here. Okay. So I hope you've cleared your doubts with the first and second question. Let's move on to the third one. The third question says, in the following, the phenomena which were successfully explained by the law of gravitation are. Okay, so the first option is motion of moon around the earth. So obviously the story goes like Newton was sitting under an apple tree and apple fell, definitely not on his head but somewhere around him. So the story goes like he asked himself a question: if an apple is falling onto the earth, then why is moon not falling onto the earth? So the story started from there. So this obviously is right, no doubt about it. Next, formation of tides. Yes, this is also related to gravitation because the sun and the moon will be pulling it. The sun and the earth will be pulling tides on the different sides, like opposite sides. So tides will be formed. This is obviously related to gravitation. And the third one, motion of an aeroplane. Is this explained by gravitation? No, this is not explained by gravitation. Motion of aeroplane is explained by aerodynamics. Aerodynamics. Okay. Now the fourth is force that binds us to the earth. Definitely this is gravitation. And the fifth one, rotation of blades in a ceiling fan. No, this is explained by the principle of electric motor. Electric motor is at work over here. Alright. So A, B, D is the right option. So which one? The fourth option is right in this case. Alright. Next, we'll move on to the fourth question. Okay. What does it have to say? The image formation in a convex lens is shown in the figure. It is shown like this. See, the object is at 2f. 2f is nothing but the center of curvature of this lens, right? Which is given as C1. And the object is at center of curvature C. They say that the image is also at C. Okay, like when you observe the ray diagrams of these lenses, then you would know that if the object is at infinity, then the image will be at f. As and when the object starts approaching the lens, the image also will start going away from the lens, right? So the moment when the object is at C, the image will also be at C, but inverted with same size, right? So in this condition, obviously we will know that the focal length of it will be 10 centimeters over here. Why? Because we know that r is equal to 2f. The radius of curvature of a lens r is equal to 2f, right? And if r is, this is 20 centimeters, this is 20 centimeters, then f obviously will be equal to 20 divided by 10, which is 20 divided by 2, which is 10 centimeters. Okay, so this is one of the methods of doing it. If you want to do it using formula, then the formula for lens is 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. So v and u are same, but then the object distance is behind the lens, right? Like you are going towards the negative x-axis, so you will have a negative over there according to the sign convention. So you can write 1 by 20 minus 1 divided by minus 20. So this will be 1 by 20 plus 1 by 20. So this will be 2 divided by 20, or f is equal to 10 centimeters. So this will be the solution. Like in the question they have given this 20 centimeters is given in the question figure. I hope you understood this. Okay. Now we'll move on to the fifth question. The question says the image formation in human eye is shown in the given diagram. The lens used to correct this type of eye defect is. Okay. So first of all, what is this kind of defect called? It is called as hypermetropia. Wherein the image or the light rays which are entering our eyes will not be able to converge at a single point on our retina. It is falling behind the retina, right? So what we have to do is, actually our lens has to be bulged little bit more, so that the rays are converged little bit nearby, like this. Okay, like if the lens is very thin, then the rays would be converged very far away from the lens, like this. If the lens is very thick, then the rays are converged very near to the lens. Like the power of convergence is large, like that. Okay, so what is happening is this, right? So you have to converge these lens so that the point of convergence is exactly on the retina. So you have to use a converging lens, right? So converging lens is a convex lens. This is called as a converging lens. So it is convex lens. The option is convex lens. I hope you have understood these first 5 questions. In the next video, we will continue with the continue from 6th question onwards. Okay. You have any doubt, you may message me, or you may send me comments below this video link. Thank you.